up, Greater Long Beach? Welcome back to your home for everything local sports. It's JJ.
And Mike, and this CIF football video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, perfect for your next team event.
Friday night in Cerritos, they're lined up early, they're tailgating early, but you better genuflect at the turnstile. It's a holy war in the Pac-5 semifinal, Bishop Amat, St. John Bosco.
A much talked about game, the Bishop Amat Lancers 10-2, the co-Mission League champs. Their quarterback, Damian Garcia, and two USC commits in Bonds and Sydney, pair of great receivers for the Lancers.
Yeah, they've combined for 19 of the 22 passing TDs for the Lancers, but the Fantastic Four, the Bosco secondary that is, will have something to say about it tonight because, well, Amat's had something to say all week.
And that's part of why we've got a sellout crowd of 12,000 on hand for this one. Student sections and fans showing up early like they were selling plasma TVs half off, JJ.
Yeah, wrong Friday, Mike. Lancers get the ball early here. They move into Brave territory, but Dion Edison delivers the power and the sack to stop the drive. Going the other way, Bosco first drive starts with Sean McGrew, like you do, and Amat expects you to. And that's why, well, Quentin Davis with a play-action fake, gonna find Berkeley Holman.
Well, like you do, because obviously when you've got Gravy McGrew in the backfield, it's going to set up all kinds of play action. Jared Harrell getting that one, and then why not a third play action, JJ?
Why not? It's the charm. Davis to Fleming, 9-yard touchdown. Bosco up 7-0, about 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. Lancers tried all night to keep those receivers we mentioned, Vaughns and Sydney, involved, but at the end of the night, neither of them would have a touchdown catch, and they would combine for just 7 catches and 100 yards.
Great job by Trey Beck and Michael Tolliver, the corners locking down. Davis and the Braves not having that problem.
No, come Harrell or high water, Harrell is going 67 yards to the end zone, and Christian Gilbert going to give him the old fork in the garbage disposal celebration. St. John Bosco up 14-0. Quentin Davis is turned up about it, as you should be. On the ensuing drive, Garcia looks back over the middle to find Justin Commodore, and at this point, it felt like the route was on because Bosco had just scored twice. Their defense gets involved with a turnover. They're deep in Lancer territory, but you've got to give credit to Amat and their defense, led by sophomore Aaron Maldonado, who stiffen up and force a turnover on downs.
Well, they really needed that, like you said, to prevent the route. However, ensuing drive really looking good for Amat. Best of the night, a penalty on a fake punt.
Yeah, that's going to get them into Bosco territory. They would end up running 11 plays on this drive, moving it deep. Vaughns is going to set up close enough for an Eric Reyes 28-yard field goal to put the Lancers on the board. It is now 14-3, St. John Bosco with about 8 minutes left in the half.
And if you're a Bishop Amat fan, you might want to avert your eyes because that momentum would be short-lived. Sean McGrew, a good kickoff return to set this up, and it's Terrence Beasley.
Going round the outside. Almost in, and then he actually does get in a few plays later.
Well, that's good. I mean, it shows you the depth of this team. You see the second running back and quarterback on this team are phenomenal as Bosco takes a 21-3 halftime lead over the Lancers.
In the second half, it's QD, the QB, using his feet to make sure St. John Bosco gets on the board first here in the third quarter, and he's going to take it in from a few yards out on his second carry. Go ahead and wind up that running clock. All these points are going to force Amat to do what they don't want to do. Go for it on fourth down, lay the ball on the carpet, and let Jason Collier with the scoop and score take it to the house.
And head coach Jason Negro is somewhat excited for Jacob Collier's first career touchdown.
Oh yeah, he's turned up about it, as is Collier, as is the sellout crowd there. That is a great scene at Cerritos College. I know we just showed you, and this is crazy, but it's another Bosco turnover. Is it Collier? Maybe?
Oh God, JJ. It is a trick play gone very wrong. A 40-yard return for the second touchdown for Collier in 1:11 of game time. That's his second career touchdown.
2 times I'm going to take it to the end zone. Unbelievable stuff from Collier. Obviously, just something dreams are made of here in this semifinal game. Amat fans have seen enough to know they've seen enough, as have all St. John Bosco opponents this year.
12 games of 13 games have been running clocks, including this one. The Braves not taking their foot off the pedal. It's a semifinal. Why would you? Gravy McGrew with 102 yards from scrimmage. And then, of course, off that play action, another Davis to Fleming hookup as Fleming wide open for the touchdown.
Then in the fourth quarter, again, it's Davis. It's Fleming who's going to flamingo dance his way into the end zone for his third TD catch of the night. And Davis, wow, 17 for 20, 312 yards, and 4 touchdowns. This guy right here, he keeps picking us up.
Fleming, 6 catches for 73 yards and the 3 tubs himself, not bad, as the Braves take a 63-10 win. As expected, this one a barn burner right up until the opening kickoff.
And we get what we've wanted since we left the Big A year ago. It's Bosco, it's Corona Centennial, back in Anaheim for all of the Pac-5 marbles.
We'd like to thank our newest sponsor, Long Beach Transit. Their route number 1 now stops at Cal State Dominguez Hills, the South Bay Pavilion, and the StubHub Center. It's number 1 Bosco, it's number 2 Corona Centennial, the top 2 teams in the country, and we will have nothing but wall-to-wall coverage of that game coming up this week.